What is going on, beautiful people? Today, we're going to be talking about, do narcissists really think that they are better than everyone else? If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. So boom, welcome back. Yes, y'all, that's the question of the day, isn't it? The question of the hour, the question of the week, month, year. Do narcissists really think that they are better than everyone else? Like, so what do you think? Like, seriously, what do you think? I know the answer to that question for a lot of people is going to be yes, absolutely, Lee, with no equivocation, no fight back, nothing else. Narcissists absolutely think that they're better than everyone else. And that has a lot of truth to it, because there are a lot of narcissistic people out there that absolutely just feel like they are better than everyone else just because they are them. No qualifications, no reasoning behind it, just because they have this inner entitlement to feel like they are better than everyone else. Like they are entitled to being better than everyone else. That happens so much in these spaces. That happens so much within these dynamics and whatnot, that they just feel like they are absolutely better than everyone else. And that's hard to deal with. That can be extremely hard to deal with as a person, who is with this narcissist, right? With this toxic person, right? Because if you have the narcissistic person that thinks that they are better than everyone else, right? No matter what you do, no matter how much you accomplish, they are going to think that they are better than you. And that's just factual. They are going to think that they are better than you, no matter what you accomplish, no matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter. They are always going to find a reasoning or find an excuse as to why their accomplishments are better than yours. They are better than you at whatever, They'll start the narcissist that does think that they're better than everyone else always finds an excuse to invalidate what you have going on, to invalidate your position in life. You're only successful because your mom did this or because your dad did this. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, and I had a plastic spoon. I was born. You were born with a silver spoon. I was born with a plastic spork. I had a plastic spork in my mouth. It's not fully a spoon, and it's not really a fork. I had one of those where you got a silver spoon, But that's the compare and contrast. They're always comparing and contrasting, but they will find an excuse to invalidate your success while propping up their own, while lifting up their own successes, while lifting up the things that they themselves have accomplished or have not accomplished or will accomplish. They will always find a reason behind it. They'll also find an excuse to why they are not where they want to be, why they have failed so spectacularly at their life, if it is a spectacular failure. A lot of them will do that right there. A lot of them will find a reason to why they failed, to why they haven't made it as far as they want to go in life. There's always going to be a reasoning behind it. Yeah, that's what I'm just telling you. There are a lot of narcissists that absolutely feel like they are better than you just because of this inner delusions. It really is. Like when you hear people say the delusions of grandeur, it doesn't just encompass the regular narcissistic person's mind, right? It doesn't it's just not delusions of, fame and fortune. It's the delusions of being better than everyone else. It's the delusions that feel like you are entitled to something in life just because of who you are, just because you are you, just because you were born. You feel like you're entitled to massive success or massive fame or massive money, whatever it is you feel like you're entitled to. That's what happens. It absolutely is what happens a lot of times within these spaces. That's why I'm telling y'all right now, this is how you have to go through things. This is how you have to deal with things. This is how you have to process things. Like, they're going to be delusional. And you can argue back and forth with them. They try to keep them in check. But what is that going to accomplish other than two people arguing? You already know your truth. Stand in it. Hey, yeah, sorry you feel that way about my successes. I don't see it that way. You're entitled to your own opinion. I just don't see it that way. And just end it right there. Don't go back and forth with them, because you don't want to argue for your limit. You don't want to argue for yourself if you already know who you are. If your accomplishments speak for themselves, you don't have to speak for them. That trophy on the wall, your degree, your diploma, whatever, it speaks for itself. That paycheck speaks for itself. That mind speaks for itself. The attention you get, the amount of followers you have, a lot of times that speaks for itself. You don't have to defend yourself against somebody that's trying to degrade you because they don't feel like they are what they want to be. It's shame. So yes, some of them absolutely think that they're better than you just because they are them. It is absolutely mind-boggling how it happens. I'm better than you because I'm me. What? What does that even mean? You think you're better than me because you are you. Got it. What the hell what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. It's psycho talk. It's psycho babble. It doesn't mean anything. It's just them talking out the side of their neck. Literally talking out the side of that neck. Because it really had me crazy. So that's what I'm telling y'all. If you're dealing with a person with this mindset, don't go back and forth. You don't have to argue with and fuss and fight. I know you feel like you have to because that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They want to fuss and fight. They want to argue so they can hurt your feelings, so they can invalidate you even more. Before you argue with a narcissist, just know that I'm gonna do a longer video on this, but just know that they already have a plan of action they're going to take with this argument and whatnot. Like I said, I'm going to go into greater detail with that. I'm writing it down right now. Before you argue, I'm going to go into arguing with the narcissist. There's going to be a good video coming up. But on the flip side of things, there are some narcissists that don't think that they're better than you. But this is the flip side of things. They're like in this category of narcissists who don't think that they're better than you. It doesn't mean like they won't project like they think they are. Narcissistic people lie. That's just a fact. A lot of them are pathological or compulsive liars. They will just lie their asses off when the truth will work. They will lie when they don't have to, y'all. Like when they don't have to hype up their success because it's unnecessary. They will. Because it's the feelings of being insignificant. It's the fear of insignificance that makes them this way a lot of times. It's also the delusions of grandeur, but it's also the fear of insignificance. I want to know that I matter. I want to know that I matter. I want to know that I'm valid. So they will do and say a lot of different things in order to try to validate themselves, in order to try to prop themselves up, even if they don't believe it. They will just lie their asses off. Even if they don't believe that they're actually better than you, they will tell you that they're better than you. You can dunk a basketball off of your vertical leap. They can't even touch the backboard, but somehow, you just taller and you had every opportunity to do this, do that. I used to dunk when I was in high school, but I can't do it anymore because these legs, these old knees have been older. You know what I'm saying? And they could be 19 years old. They could literally have just graduated from high school and still present you with that excuse. So that's what I'm saying. Like, not all of them will actually believe that they're better than you, but they will say it. They will say that they're better than you because they don't want to feel bad about themselves. Like I said, it's the fear of insignificance. They want to matter. They really do want to matter. So they just will lie their asses off. They will hype up their accomplishments in the same way that the people who actually believe that they're better than you are. They're still entitled, but it's a different type of entitlement. It's the entitlement to not feel shame. I'm entitled to not be ashamed of myself. I'm entitled to not feel this way. I'm entitled to not do this, to not do that. There are so many different ways that narcissistic people can navigate this spectrum right here, y'all. So when you're dealing with a narcissistic person with this mindset, just understand that this is where they're coming from. They're coming from a place of feeling insignificant, But like I said, there are I will end it with this last little section right here, y'all. There are the narcissists who don't believe that they are better than you and who will absolutely play the victim. There are the narcissists, like I said, who don't believe that they're better than you, but will pretend to be better than you, will project it. But there are also the vulnerable, more covert narcissists, that think that they are, not bad. They don't believe that they're better than you, and they project that out too. They've just like the perpetual victim narcissists. They're always in perpetual victim mode. Like they will find a way. If there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will to play the victim, there's a way to play the victim. They will absolutely discover how in the hell that they can play victim to some circumstances that they themselves might even have created. They play victim to circumstances that they themselves might have had a hand in. So that's something you have to consider as well when you're dealing with a toxic narcissistic person who's out to serve themselves, who's out to do this for themselves. Like some of them will actually try to elicit empathy and sympathy from people that they believe that they're inferior to in order to try to build themselves up. They play the victim because they want help. You know, they don't want to ask for help, but they'll play the victim in order to get it. And when they get it, they can use their help if it's monetarily, if it's a job, it's a career, it's sponsoring them to go back to school, whatever it is. They will use that to try to be better than you, and then they'll come back and rub it in your face because now they actually believe that they're better than you, and they won't thank you for it. You know, they'll use you, abuse you, and then just get rid of you. That's typically what happens right there in these spaces, y'all. So anyways, y'all, I hope this video brought you some clarity. If you haven't already, check out my courses and my support groups. My support groups are helping out a lot of people. You can go to courses.mentalhealness.net to check out those courses and my support group and whatnot, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Mental Healness is out. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.